Sample fibers taken from your skin and clothing on the night of July 17th, a Wednesday, indicating that you had been in close contact with someone wearing a gray knit shirt with stripes of blue, orange, and red. Let the jury note that the defendant has been described as wearing a completely different type of shirt containing none of the aforementioned colors. Christie, can you explain how these fibers came to be on your person?
Well, I guess there could be a lot of reasons.
Well, we'd like some specific ones, if you don't mind.
Well, I wore the dress a couple days in a row, and I had been to a lot of places that were pretty crowded. So it's not unusual that I could have brushed up against somebody wearing the shirt that you described.
Well, we're talking about a bit more than brushing up against someone.
Well, I had went dancing the night before.
The night before you were raped?
Yeah, that could explain it, couldn't it?
Well, you're telling me you danced with someone wearing the type of shirt I just described to you.
Well, I don't know. I could have. I danced with quite a few people. But one of them could have been wearing the shirt that you're talking about. And also, I went to the department store, and the elevator was pretty jammed. We were packed like sardines, and it could have happened then, too.
So we are to assume that the shirt I described to you is not something that you can associate with any one particular person. Is that correct?
It sounds like a lot of shirts. I can't really say.
Does this refresh your memory at all? Christie?
No.
Well, could you speak up a little bit more, please? Have you or have you not seen this shirt before?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I could have seen this shirt before. I don't know. I don't remember.
Then you concede you might have seen this shirt before. Is that what you're trying to say?
I told you I don't know.
The witness is trying to answer the questions to the best of her ability. This is badgering on the part of counsel.
Sustained. I believe you've exhausted this line of questioning, Mr. Capel.
Yes, Your Honor. All right, Christie, we have established that there are other ways that the fibers conceivably could have become adhered to your body. I'd like to draw the court's attention to something else. These are fingernail scrapings that were taken at the same time the fibers were collected. This is Exhibit C, the scrapings taken from under the witness's fingernails after she was admitted to the hospital on the night of July 17th. Now, previous testimony has already established that portions of these scrapings contain fragments of Ted Capwell's skin. There was, however, other material also identified as human skin that is yet to be identified. Christie, do you have any idea where this unidentified skin might have come from?
No, I don't know.
Now, please recall that a member of the police department has already testified that you might have scratched someone else that night. You think you might have done that, Christie?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, think back carefully. Did you quarrel or argue with anyone other than Ted Capwell on the night of your rape? Christie, please answer the question.
I'm trying to remember.
Did you have any kind of altercation with any other person other than Ted Capwell, Christie? Your Honor, would you please instruct the witness to answer the question?
The witness will please answer.
The witness is refusing to answer. I submit that she is afraid to because the answer is yes.
Objection. Your Honor, the witness is not being given a fair chance to answer because defense counsel is deliberately trying to confuse her.
Overruled. The witness has been instructed by the bench to answer.
What is it, Mr. Ball? Are you afraid that the jury will find out that Ted Capwell was not the only person you scratched that night? That, in fact, you had another far more serious confrontation with another man, and that, in fact, he was the one who raped you and not Ted Capwell at all. Isn't that true, Christie?
No, I didn't fight with anyone else. Ted raped me. He came after me, and he raped me, and he left me alone to die, just like I said.
Order, order. Continue, Mr. Capwell, but be careful not to put words in the witness's mouth.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, Christie, if it's true that you did not have a confrontation with another man that night, then whose skin was it that just happened to find its way under your fingernails on the night in question?
Conclusion.
I don't know. I told you I was in a lot of crowded
please.
places. I was in a lot of crowded places. I could have scratched someone accidentally without noticing it.
While dancing, for example.
Maybe.
Now, you say You don't remember what any of your dance partners were wearing, and now you don't remember whether you might have scratched one of them so hard that his skin stayed underneath your fingernails. Now, what makes you so hazy on this issue, Christie? Could you have been under the influence of alcohol or another drug on the night in question?
Objection, Your Honor. The question is totally irrelevant to the issue at hand.
Your Honor, I believe it's important to establish whether or not the witness's perceptions can be considered reliable in this instance.
No, I will sustain the objection. Please confine your question to what took place on the night of the assault.
No, the point is, Your Honor, that it is possible, even probable, that the skin was collected on the night of the assault.
I sustain the objection, Mr. Capwell.
All right, Christie. Let's go back to before the assault, to the argument you had with Ted Capwell over the bracelet that he had bought for somebody else. Will you admit to us that you had admired that bracelet?
Well, who wouldn't? It was a very beautiful bracelet.
And the truth is, you haven't been fortunate enough yourself to own such a costly and delicate piece of jewelry, have you?
No.
You wanted that bracelet all for your own, didn't you, Christie? Now remember, you are under oath.
I think I know what you're trying to do.
You wanted it, and you took it. You were not going to get it fixed, as you previously testified, were you, Christie?
No, I was going to get it
Christie.
fixed. I wasn't stealing it.
You lied about the bracelet, and you lied about the
No!
attacker for the same reason, because you're afraid. You're afraid the attacker will come after you and get his revenge if you expose him for who he really is.
No.
Isn't that true,
No,
Christie?
it wasn't
Objection, Your
anybody
Honor.
else, it
Counsel
was just
cannot be
Ted.
permitted to indulge in this kind of blatant harassment.
Mr. Capwell, unless you wish to be cited for contempt, you will cease at once.
I apologize, Your Honor. No further questions.